No wonder you're getting in so much trouble. How can you eat if you don't work? Somebody's got to let me in on these secrets. How do you get to eat if you don't work? How do you put a roof over?
Welcome back to Myth and Reality, and buckle in, because this case is one you don't want to miss. Today we're looking at Jake Nolan, just 22 years old, who's already racked up a staggering list of traffic violations, probation issues, and, believe it or not, nearly 40 outstanding warrants. Yes, you heard that right, 40. Now, Jake isn't just here for a simple ticket. He's standing in front of the court for driving on a suspended license while already on probation. That combination is like tossing a lit match into a room full of gasoline. The judge wastes no time pressing Jake with tough questions about his license, his probation, and his endless stack of warrants. And as you'll see, the deeper the judge digs, the shakier Jake's answers become. But here's where it gets interesting. Jake claims he hasn't worked in years, yet somehow, he's managed to get by. And when the judge pushes him, Jake calls himself an entrepreneur. What does that even mean? Well, stay tuned, because the back and forth that follows is equal parts shocking, frustrating, and even a little bit comical. By the end, the judge delivers a powerful reality check that could either set Jake straight or fly right over his head. Let's get into it.
Wall, Orion, Nolan, 25B148261. Mr. Nolan, your name?
Jake Will.
How old are you, Mr. Nolan?
22.
Okay. You staying out of trouble?
Yes, I counsel.
Counsel, does he stay in mute, wait formal reading?
He does, Judge.
And then
We
he's-
have it to you on behalf of Mr. Nolan.
And then he's gonna plead to suspend, right?
Yes, Judge.
Is that what you wanna do?
Yes, sir.
If you do that, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs are all those 2 points. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand and advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights. There will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes,
To the
sir.
charge driving on a suspended, how do you plead?
Yes,
Were you operating a motor vehicle on Gibraltar near Allen and Woodhaven and Brownstown, May 31 of 25?
yes.
Was your license suspended, revoked, or denied?
Suspended.
Are you on probation or parole?
Yes.
For what?
CCW.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
By pleading guilty here, I want you to understand this would be deemed a violation of that probation or parole. That probation or parole could be revoked. You could be in prison on that charge as a result of this plea and conviction. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Right here is a pivotal legal moment. The judge makes it crystal clear. By pleading guilty to driving on a suspended license, Jake is automatically violating his probation. That means prison time is now very much on the table. What's remarkable is how calmly Jake says yes to understanding all of this, as if the weight of those consequences doesn't fully sink in. Viewers, ask yourselves, if you were 22 and staring down the possibility of prison for a repeat offense, would you carry yourself this casually? Or is Jake just numb to the system after so many run-ins with the law?
Please accept it. I've never, you know how many warrants you got?
I'm trying to take care of it. No.
You're not trying to take care of
I
it.
just got out of jail on Friday.
I hope you have some money to pay, because I am not giving you a payment plan and letting you walk out when you have somewhere in the neighborhood. I don't even know if I can count this high. He's got to have 40 warrants on here.
Your Honor, so I guess there was a ticket he had before Judge Heston. I guess he got time served on that ticket. I don't know if you are.
Good for her. That's nice of her. But time served.
I'm not sure of the facts of that situation, Your Honor.
Judge, he had multiple cases. He just saw her recently while he was in custody.
I get it.
This is the jaw drop moment. The judge says Jake has around 40 outstanding warrants. That number is almost unheard of for someone so young. To put it into perspective, each warrant represents an unresolved legal obligation, whether unpaid tickets, missed court appearances, or probation violations. The fact that Jake is still walking into court with that record shows not just disregard for the law, but also how overloaded the courts become with repeat offenders. Here's the question. At what point should the justice system stop offering leniency and enforce harsher measures? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Your Honor, I would say he's gonna be monitored, right? I mean, I know the court may not want to go if he can't pay anything today, but he's on felony probation, so he's definitely.
Well, I didn't say anything about placing him on probation. I can't look at a guy with 40 warrants and think that he's coming back here to pay.
He will.
Oh, I'm sure. He's thumbed his nose at all these other judges and somehow I'm so special.
I tried to.
He'll come back.
I tried to take care of all of them while I was incarcerated, but they denied all of them out of the plea by mail.
Who did?
36th district.
That's where the majority of them tickets come from.
You want me to really?
Probably want him to come.
You want me to really go through these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everybody acts like it's okay to abscond on the 36th. You know that? Everybody acts like it's okay to abscond on the 36th district court. Like there's some, well, that's okay. It's just 36. I don't get it. Detroit, you live in Detroit. That's close to you in Detroit. Right?
Yes, sir.
Well, why didn't you go over there? Of course they're not going to be nice. Look at this. You got 13 warrants other than Detroit.
Judge, he spent 90 days in jail. I know it was for an unrelated matter, but I would ask if the court could take that into consideration. I believe he'll come back and pay, Your Honor.
Where do you work?
I just was recently incarcerated, so I'm trying to find a job.
Where were you working before you were incarcerated?
I wasn't working.
Why?
I'm trying to figure
How old are
it out.
you? You're 22?
This exchange is as sharp as it gets. When the judge hears that Jake hasn't worked in years, he sarcastically congratulates him on retiring at 22. It's both funny and heartbreaking. Funny because the judge delivers it with biting wit, but heartbreaking because Jake doesn't seem to grasp the bigger issue. He's a young man with no work history, no steady income, and a mountain of legal debt. Judges often use humor to cut through tension, but here it's more like a wake-up call disguised as a joke. Would a line like this make you rethink your choices? Or would it just bounce right off like it did with Jake?
Yes, sir.
You made up your decision to retire at 22. I love it.
I was
Well, why weren't you working?
trying to find a new job.
When did you last work anywhere and where were you working and how much did you get paid?
Last time I had a job, I was working at MJR.
And how many years ago was that?
Like 2, 3.
Longer than that, wasn't it?
About 3, 4 years ago.
What have you been doing? No wonder you're getting in so much trouble. How can you eat if you don't work? Somebody's got to let me in on these secrets. How do you get to eat if you don't work? How do you put a roof over your head if you don't work? How do you put gas in a car if you don't work? How do you pay for a car? How do you pay for clothes? How do you do anything?
Entrepreneur.
And here it is, the infamous entrepreneur excuse. When pressed on how he survives without a job, Jake claims he's been working on cars, calling himself an entrepreneur. Now, legally speaking, there's nothing wrong with side work, but the judge quickly exposes the holes. Jake has no garage, no mechanic's license, and admits he's barely making anything. It comes across less like entrepreneurship and more like hustling without accountability. This is a classic courtroom moment where the defendant's attempt to sound independent actually undermines his credibility. Viewers, what do you think? Is Jake truly an entrepreneur or just avoiding responsibility?
Entrepreneur. And what kind of an entrepreneur are you? Tell me, what kind of an entrepreneur are you? Now listen, are we going to just kid one another or you want to just have a conversation here? It's time to grow up, entrepreneur. What are you talking about? What kind of an entrepreneur are you?
Man, I know how to work on cars and stuff like that too, so that's what I've been doing. If they don't believe me, that's just on you.
Are you licensed? What did he say? What'd you just say?
I said, if you don't believe me, then that's just on you.
That's on me? Is that what you said?
Yeah, if you don't believe me. I'm not trying to be rude. Not really too much I can do.
Well, you didn't tell me anything about working on cars. You said the last time you worked was at MJR. Did I misunderstand you? And that was 3 or 4 years ago. And then I asked you how you eat, and you said you work on cars. How much did you make working on cars, say, in the 1 year before you went into prison?
Like full year?
Yeah.
I wanted to say,
More than 5,000?
yes.
Do you have your own garage?
I got my own set of tools.
Are you a licensed mechanic?
I went to Votech career training facility at high school.
Are you a licensed mechanic?
No, sir.
Your Honor, again, he did just spend 90 days in jail.
I get it. I'm just trying to make him understand. That's all. I'm not trying to be a tough guy here. I just don't understand.
This moment stands out for its raw honesty. The judge points to the young woman sitting beside Jake and warns him that pretty girls don't want to hang out with guys who don't work, have no money, and constantly get in trouble. Brutal? But also undeniably true. He goes further, saying Jake would feel 5,000% better about himself if he earned a paycheck. This isn't just courtroom talk, it's life advice. The judge is practically pleading with Jake to grow up, find direction, and understand that self-esteem is built through discipline and responsibility. Do you think advice like this can break through to someone like Jake? Or is he too far gone at this point?
You got to rethink your direction in your life. You really do. Who's this with you?
My girl.
Pretty girl. You know what happens? I got to tell you a secret. Pretty girls don't want to hang out with guys that don't have money and don't work and get themselves in trouble all the time. So you might want to give that some food for thought. I'm going to let you go. I don't see any reason to belabor this. I don't think you're going to listen to one thing I said, and I think you're going to go on and continue to act like you have. I hope I'm wrong. It's one of those situations I want to be wrong in. But you cannot go through life, and I don't understand this kind of thing. I see it every day. I just don't understand how you'll feel like 5,000% better about yourself if you're working and earning a paycheck. Do you know what I mean? You really will. I mean, I don't know what you do all day. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. But what do you do all day when you're not working? I don't understand it. I'm simply going to, that's all right. You got other fish to fry here. And you did right. I see you wrote a plea by mail. I tried to put you in front of the camera. So I want you to understand, this is the beauty of the system. Listen to me. Listen to me. Just listen a second. We tried to get you in front of the camera. Defendant not put in front of camera, I wrote down July 3rd.
That was the jail.
I know. It was the jail's fault. And I probably would have given you credit for time served then. And because you showed up today doesn't mean, and because this county didn't put you in front of the camera isn't your fault. I'm not going to penalize you for that. I have plenty of reasons to be a tough guy and give you time to go to jail here and sit there for 60 or 70 days. Because you don't respect the system. You really don't. You're not going to. I'm not going to be a tough guy. I might talk a little tough. Because sometimes, some way, I want to get letters like I got and saying, Judge, you turned my life around like I got a couple of weeks ago from people that were in front of me 15 years ago. Maybe, just maybe, you're going to be one of those long after I'm gone from here. Write me a letter, sending it to the court saying, give this to McNally. He at least said some things to me that made me think twice, and I at least went out and made a living. I'm just telling you. This thing called life goes awful quick. You're hanging out on the streets. You're up to no good. You're not working. You're up to no good. You know what I know. Just that simple. But I'm not going to sit here and chastise you anymore. 100 fines, 200 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 4 1/4 or 30 days, credit 30, case closed. I hope you think about what I'm saying, though. You'll feel so much better about yourself if you work. We have this thing called self-esteem, and all of us need to boost it for ourselves. Good luck to you. I really wish you well. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I just hope you'll think. You seem like a nice kid who just doesn't respect authority.
And there you have it. The judge finalizes the case with $425 in fines or 30 days in jail, plus a lecture Jake may or may not take to heart. This entire hearing highlights a critical issue in the justice system: young defendants cycling in and out of court, refusing to take accountability, and judges forced to balance punishment with mentorship. Jake's excuses, retiring at 22, being an entrepreneur, shrugging off warrants, make him seem unfazed. But the judge didn't just hand down fines, he handed down life advice. Whether Jake listens or not will define his future. What do you think? Will Jake finally wake up, or will he keep repeating the cycle? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.